So we already know there's stablecoin legislation that's been introduced at the House level, and we're hopeful we'll see a permanent framework creating a real home for crypto pretty soon in this Congress. The administration's been very clear that they want a level playing field for everybody in crypto, and we're welcoming of that.
Hello and welcome from the sidelines of the New York Stock Exchange here at the IPO Summit. I'm Jarrett Banks, editor-at-large of IPO Edge. Joining me today is Lane Kasselman, the president of blockchain.com. Lane, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having me.
Let's get right into it. Tell us about the evolving crypto landscape and blockchain.com's role in it.
Well, it has been quite a tumultuous 3 or 4 years, depending on how you calculate it in crypto. Blockchain.com is one of the oldest crypto companies in the world. We're about 11 years old, and we are primarily a retail and institutional brokerage. Started in London, and that's really where our headquarters is today, but as it exists, we are in 194 countries around the world with over 90 million customers. So quite a lot bigger than we were in those original days in London.
All right, and let's talk about institutional adoption and bridging TradFi with crypto.
So what's been so interesting is that in the past couple of months, there's been a lot of excitement around crypto. And so to the average listener, you would think retail customers have come back in a major way. The reality is retail customers are not coming back to crypto in any kind of material way, and that's true across all crypto platforms. But what has changed are institutional investors. So hedge funds, market makers, high net worths, VCs, those types of institutional investors have really started to invest in crypto now that there seems to be regulatory certainty on the horizon. That's been really good for a business like ours that has half of our revenue and business model situated in the institutional sector.
Okay, and then let's shift to self-custody. Explain that for viewers who might not be aware.
So in the crypto world, there are 2 different ways to hold on to your crypto. There's custodial, which is sort of like a savings account where you deposit your funds, it's commingled with all the other funds, and it's recorded on a ledger. And then the other type is like a safe deposit box, where you and the bank have a key, and you're the only ones that can access it. That's called non-custodial. So blockchain started primarily as a non-custodial wallet, and that's what we're known for today. So we call it your keys, your crypto, meaning that if blockchain.com was hacked, they would need to hack 90 million different wallets to get access to all of our customers' capital, which is virtually unlikely. So we're generally a safer platform. Not as important in places like the US, where our banking system is generally pretty safe, but in other parts of the world, the banking system is not quite the same, and so having complete control of your assets is a primary concern.
All right, now we have a new administration running the show that seems to be a bit more crypto friendly. What are some regulatory developments that you've seen?
So there's really 2 areas of regulation that we think about when it comes to the new administration. The first one is regulatory enforcement, which is generally what the federal government has been focused on over the past couple of years. That was primarily led by the SEC. That enforcement activity, instead of regulation, has really dropped off. And so the SEC is now regulating and chasing bad actors, but not just going after the sector because they don't like it. On the other side, you now have Congress and an administration who is moving quickly to pass permanent regulatory frameworks for crypto. So we already know there's stablecoin legislation that's been introduced at the House level, and we're hopeful we'll see a permanent framework creating a real home for crypto pretty soon in this Congress. The administration's been very clear that they want a level playing field for everybody in crypto, and we're welcoming of that.
Okay, and how do you think about expanding into some underserved markets?
So one of the places that we've yet to see a lot of crypto adoption in the Western world, I mean in the US and Western Europe, is the vast majority of retail users. Crypto in the US, for example, has barely penetrated 18 or 19% of consumers. That means the vast majority of customers are still available for us to onboard. That means we have a big job to do. We need to create products that are compelling for the average user. In my opinion, those are investment products. We need to give people the ability to navigate a complicated ecosystem without just saying, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. We need to give them tools. And all of those are in development now, and I think that's what you'll see on the horizon pretty soon.
All right, great. Last question here. What are you most excited about for the year ahead in 2025?
Well, the reason I'm here for this summit is the IPO market opening up. I'm hopeful to see a lot of our contemporaries and a lot of companies in the crypto space go public and take their rightful place in the public equity market. So I'm super excited about what we'll see over the next couple of quarters.
All right, we'll leave it there. My thanks to Lane Kasselman, the president of blockchain.com. I'm Jarrett Banks, signing off from the New York Stock Exchange.